welcome to You Son of a Witch.
Yeah.
It's a wizarding probe
Oh, I like that.
into flash fiction. A couple quick stories. We're diving into the wonderfully weird world full of sons of witches and fantastic creatures.
Oh, yeah. So
That's
what
what
are you
we're
here for?
Get ready for a wizard
I love wizards.
with some serious time travel troubles
Oh, that's always fun.
and a band of vampire vigilantes
Now you're speaking my language.
tackling more than just your average supernatural baddies.
Okay.
So buckle up.
Yeah.
Rate and follow You Son of a Witchage
Always a good idea.
for more
Yes.
for more wild tales.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, so
Yeah.
the time-traveling wizard.
Interesting title. What do we have here?
Yeah, you might be expecting some grand planned expedition.
Yeah, a lot of time travel stories are like that. Yeah, you got your big plan, you go back in time, you try to change something.
Right, but this is far from it.
Oh.
This is Horace,
Horace, I like.
described as a grumpy old wizard
A classic archetype.
who ends up with a malfunctioning time travel device clamped to his wrist
Oh, no.
thanks to
Wait, how does that even
a
happen?
transfiguration spell.
Oh, okay,
Classic.
some magic gone wrong.
Completely haywire.
Love it. It wasn't like like you said, it wasn't like some deliberate act.
It wasn't some deliberate act.
It was just a magical mishap.
but a magical mishap with major consequences.
Okay, that's interesting. That's a fun way to start a story. So you're taking something as like potentially epic and huge as time travel.
Right.
And you're rooting its origin in something so mundane like a botched spell.
Exactly.
That's brilliant. It really like grounds the fantastical, you know?
Yeah, and it kind of makes you think about how the extraordinary can sometimes arise from the ordinary.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a classic theme in fantasy, right?
Yeah,
Taking the ordinary and turning it into something extraordinary.
So picture this. 1 minute,
All right, I'm picturing it.
Horace is in his cozy potions tower,
Okay.
probably surrounded by bubbling cauldrons.
Yeah.
The comforting stench of magical ingredients.
Gotta have that.
And the next, bam, he's blinking
Oh.
in a vast, sterile lab with flickering screens.
Oh, a change of scenery.
Completely disoriented.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Startling a woman in a gleaming white coat.
Oh, no.
And his utterly bewildered reaction
Yeah.
booming. In the name of Merlin's saggy socks.
I love that line.
What is this place?
So good.
And her mumbled reply about
Yeah, what does she say?
a medieval reenactment and then
That's funny.
a new tech demo.
Because she thinks he's part of the reenactment.
Right.
Oh, this is brilliant.
Creates this fantastic clash of worlds
Right.
and a humorous entry point into the chaos.
Yeah, it's like this immediate juxtaposition, right? You
Yeah.
got this ancient magic thrown into this super modern technological setting.
Exactly.
What do you think? What does that tell us about where this story is going?
Well, it definitely throws us off balance right away,
Sure.
mirroring Horace's own confusion.
Yeah, we're feeling what he's feeling.
By placing this, figure of ancient magic
Right.
in such a modern setting,
Uh-huh.
the author really highlights that theme of being out of one's time
Yes, very effectively too.
and sets up that central conflict.
Yeah.
Is Horace trying to navigate this world
right.
that's completely alien to him?
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
It's a quick and effective way to establish the intrigue,
Absolutely. Especially in such a short format, right? You don't have a lot of time to waste.
Yeah, and he doesn't exactly stick around for
Yeah.
a guided tour of the future.
I wouldn't either if I were in his shoes.
Next thing he knows,
Yeah.
he's in a grimy, crowded market.
Oh, boy.
Reeking of fish and desperation.
That's a vivid image.
Hearing shouts of, "Down with the tyrant queen!"
Uh-oh.
Sounds like trouble.
And he asks as a passing child the year, you
Yeah,
know, just
5.
to figure out where he is.
Sure.
And he gets a jarring 3027.
Whoa. So far into the future.
A tyrant queen in the future.
Yeah, that's a great hook. It immediately makes you wonder what happened, right?
Right. And clearly the timeline has gone completely off the rails.
Like a train wreck.
And this rapid shift from one place to the next, it really emphasizes just how unpredictable this device is.
Yeah, it's not like he has any control over it.
No control at all.
That's scary.
Right.
Yeah. And in flash fiction,
Yeah.
pacing is so important.
Right.
By shifting those scenes and time periods so rapidly,
Right.
the author creates this sense of disorientation
Yeah.
and urgency,
Right.
like mirroring Horace's panic.
Exactly.
And it also allows for a quick expansion of the world building.
Yeah.
Like hinting at this future with political upheaval.
Without needing pages and pages of exposition.
That Tyrant Queen bit.
Yeah.
That's such a good hook.
Yeah, it really is.
Because it sparks all these questions.
It makes you want to know more.
Right, what's the state of the future?
Yeah, what's going on?
What's Horus's role in all this?
And how did this Tyrant Queen even come to power?
Exactly.
So many questions.
And desperate to fix this whole temporal mess,
yeah,
Horus does what comes naturally.
What's that?
He pours magic into the device.
Oh, of course.
Right. Back to his familiar tower he lands.
Oh, okay.
The comforting smells and sights a brief respite.
Yeah, I bet he's relieved.
In this temporal storm.
Yeah, back to something familiar.
But the device remains stubbornly attached.
Oh, no.
It's not going anywhere.
So the problem is not solved.
Yeah.
And then to make things worse.
And then the calendar delivers another punch.
Oh, what is it?
It reads 1481.
Whoa. So he's gone from the future to the past.
Yeah.
This time travel device is like a wild horse.
Right.
It's just throwing him all over the place.
No control.
Yeah, and those jumps, they really emphasize the malfunction, right?
Yes.
And Horus's complete lack of control.
It's not a precision instrument.
No, it's more like a chaotic force.
Yeah.
Just tossing him through time without any clear pattern.
No pattern at all.
Which, raises the stakes and keeps us guessing.
So, our grumpy wizard...
Yeah, good old Horus.
Instead of, completely panicking.
Yeah, which I think a lot of people would do, being thrown through time like that.
He starts digging through his ancient scrolls.
Smart move.
And he unearths one detailing the tethering of artifacts.
Interesting.
A ritual that's described as risky and rarely used.
Oh, that sounds dangerous.
And the idea is to somehow anchor this device to its proper time.
To, fix it.
Yes.
So he's trying to use ancient magic to fix this potentially futuristic problem.
Right.
That's pretty clever, actually.
A little bit of magical problem solving.
It is. It kind of makes sense in the world of the story, right?
Right.
This idea that a magical artifact might need to be tethered to its origin point.
Right.
And the fact that the ritual is risky.
Right.
That just adds to the tension.
It raises the stakes even higher.
Right. What if things go wrong?
Yeah, what if there are unintended consequences?
It's really good world building, to have that kind of complexity in such a short story.
And of course...
Oh, the jump.
Of course, this time he lands in a shadowy forest.
Oh, that sounds ominous.
Facing a sinister figure.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
And this figure delivers this ominous warning.
Oh, okay.
You've disrupted the order, wizard. The timeline will unravel.
Classic villain line.
Right.
Setting up the stakes, letting you know what's at risk.
Yeah, but here's the real kicker.
What's that?
This figure has a device just like Horus's.
Whoa, what?
When it makes you think.
Yeah, what's the connection?
Are they the one who caused it?
Yeah, could be.
Are they trying to manipulate time for their own purposes?
That's a good question.
And they mentioned disrupting the order.
Right.
So it implies this pre-existing structure.
Okay, yeah.
Or like a set of rules.
Like a time cop situation.
Yeah. Governing time travel within this world.
That's cool.
And Horus's accidental journey has somehow violated that.
He's a rule breaker.
And this sinister figure talks about adjustments to the timeline.
Adjustments?
Which,
That sounds deliberate.
Sounds far more deliberate.
Yeah, like they have a plan.
Than Horus's accidental leaps.
Unlike Horus, who's just bouncing around.
Exactly.
So is this figure a friend or foe?
Right. Could they be the source of Horus's troubles?
That's what I want to know.
And Horus, surprisingly calm under pressure?
Yeah, he's taking it pretty well.
Just responds with, intriguing?
Horus is playing it cool.
Yeah, he wants to know more. He's not, he's not running away.
No, he's curious.
He's not panicking.
He's like, okay, what's going on here?
Exactly. He's trying to understand what's going on.
And that's where the story leaves us.
Well, and it ends with...
Okay.
Horus landing in 1967.
Back to the past again.
And a newspaper headline screaming, Wizard sparks revolution. What a cliffhanger.
That's a great ending.
Right.
It takes this personal mishap.
Yeah.
And it blows it up into something that could change the world.
Exactly.
And that headline, Wizard sparks revolution.
Yeah.
It's funny.
It is funny.
But it's also intriguing.
Right. Like, what kind of chaos do you think Horus unleashed in the swinging 60s?
Oh, I don't know, but I can't wait to find out. It's like the butterfly effect, right?
Exactly.
One small change can have huge consequences.
All right, so let's shift gears completely.
Okay, sounds good.
And step into the shadowy world of vampire vigilantes.
Vampire vigilantes. I like where this is going.
Now, forget your gothic castles and brooding stereotypes.
No brooding vampires here.
These vampires have their headquarters in a surprisingly normal, cozy haven.
That's not what I was expecting.
Complete with a...
Don't tell me, a worn velvet sofa.
A worn velvet sofa.
I knew it.
Right. It immediately subverts expectations.
It does. It's like, wait a minute, these are vampires. Yeah. What are they doing in a cozy haven?
It makes you think, what's the effect of placing these creatures of the night in such a mundane setting?
Well, I think it humanizes them, or at least makes them more relatable, even though they're supernatural.
It creates a sense of irony.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
Like you're contrasting their traditional image with this domestic setting.
Exactly.
And it hints at this unique approach they have to being vampires.
It's like they're trying to blend in.
Right. They're not hiding in a castle. They're living in a cozy haven.
They're trying to navigate the modern world.
Yeah, in a way that defies the traditional vampire lore.
So we're introduced to Sophia.
Okay.
Who is hilariously unimpressed.
About what?
By a tabloid headline.
Oh no, what does it say?
Vampire vigilantes saves puppy.
Oh, I love it. Right.
It's so cheesy.
And Marcus.
Yeah.
Ever the PR guy. With his sharp fangs on display.
Got to show us off.
Is all for the free PR.
Of course he is.
And Elena, maintaining her elegance.
Always.
Finds it rather beneath them.
Elena's too cool for this.
And then their leader.
Okay.
Nikolai.
Sounds like a leader.
Who's a vampire, centuries old.
Oh, wow, an old one.
Reminds them that their strength lies in blending in.
He's the voice of reason.
Right. So you get this little glimpse into their internal dynamic.
And it sets up a different kind of vampire story.
Right.
You've got the pragmatic leader.
Yeah.
The one who's worried about their image.
Right.
The aloof one. And the one who's kind of like, whatever, this is side.
Right. It's a well-rounded team.
It is. Yeah. Each bringing a different perspective.
That's what makes a team work.
But blending in becomes a tad difficult.
Oh, why is that?
When a powerful sorcerer starts tearing holes in reality.
Whoa, hold on. Sorcerer tearing holes in reality.
Yeah.
Things are escalating quickly.
Unleashing something different than their usual demonic cult encounters.
Oh, so they deal with demonic cults.
Apparently.
That's their usual Tuesday night.
And they get this frantic call from a nightclub.
From a nightclub.
Reporting strange lights and patrons going berserk.
Uh-oh. Sounds like a party I don't want to be at.
And this escalation of threat.
Yeah.
It really makes you think about the world they inhabit.
What about it?
What does it say about this supernatural world?
Well, it's getting more dangerous, right?
Right.
Like introducing a sorcerer with that kind of power immediately raises the stakes.
Yeah.
And it suggests that their usual ways of dealing with things might not be enough anymore. This is something new, something different.
And the scene in the club is pure chaos. People are moving in this grotesque parody of dancing.
It's a creepy image.
Their eyes gleaming with this unsettling manic light.
Ooh, that's scary.
The very air crackles with unnatural energy.
Okay, this sorcerer sounds like bad news.
And Nikolai.
Yeah, good old Nikolai.
With his centuries of experience, he cuts through the confusion and identifies the source. Sorcerer.
Just like that, he knows.
No hesitation, straight to the magical root of the problem.
So he's not just a vampire, he's like a supernatural expert.
Exactly. He has an understanding of different magical threats.
Which makes him a great leader, right?
Yeah.
He can assess the situation and figure out what's going on.
And he's decisive.
Yeah. No time for second guessing in a crisis.
And this sorcerer, cloaked in swirling darkness.
Okay, that's classic villain imagery.
Right.
Gotta have the swirling darkness.
He boasts about...
What's he boasting about?
This grand plan.
Oh, no.
To remake the world.
That never ends well.
Right.
And what do our heroes do?
Well, Sophia, Elena, and Marcus, they try to intervene with, their vampire speed and magic.
You're right. Using their strengths.
And Marcus is going with feral fury.
Marcus is all about the fury.
Right. But they find themselves surprisingly thwarted.
Thwarted? By what?
by shadows and intangible forms.
Oh, interesting. So it's not a fight they can win with just brute force.
Right. It seems like they're going to have to think outside the box.
Yeah, they need a new plan.
And in a completely unexpected move...
What does Nikolai do?
Nikolai doesn't go for the typical vampire attack.
Oh, so what does he do?
Instead, he grabs the sorcerer's throat.
What? He goes straight for the throat.
Yeah.
Bold move.
And it's this ancient undead flesh meeting pure shadow.
That's a powerful image.
Right. And this surge of wild magic erupts.
Whoa.
So powerful.
How powerful.
That Sophia has to conjure a huge shield.
To protect them all.
To protect them all.
That's intense.
And when the chaos subsides,
the
sorcerer's gone.
Gone, like vanished.
Leaving only Nikolai
Okay.
with a dusting of ash.
Wow.
And his only comment is, "Tonight we were monstrous heroes."
I love that line.
Right.
It's so perfect.
It really encapsulates the whole story.
Yeah, it's like they're these creatures that are usually seen as monsters, but they're out here saving people.
Exactly.
And it raises those questions, about what it means to be a hero.
Like, can good deeds come from unexpected sources?
Right. Can a monster be a hero?
Exactly. It's making us think.
So back at their cozy HQ.
Okay.
With a rescued puppy. Now part of this unconventional family.
Oh, that's sweet.
Right.
A little bit of heartwarming normalcy in all this chaos.
Yeah, and Elena studying the sorcerer's grimoire, trying to figure out what they were dealing with.
Right.
Smart.
While Sophia is reviewing security footage.
Always good to be thorough.
And she spots this strange shimmer near the docks.
Uh-oh. That doesn't sound good.
And then comes that final cliffhanger.
Okay, Ami.
A monstrous clawed hand tearing through the water surface.
Oh, no. What is that?
Right. So like Nikolai said, their work is far from over.
Yeah, this is just the beginning.
What does that final image say about the challenges these vampire vigilantes will face?
Well, it's like there's always something bigger and badder out there, right?
Yeah.
That creature coming out of the water, it's a new threat. Potentially even more dangerous than the sorcerer.
Right.
And it adds this whole other layer of mystery. Like, what kind of creature is it?
Yeah, what is it?
Where did it come from?
Exactly.
It's like the city has these ancient secrets that are just waiting to be uncovered.
And their role as protectors
is
this ongoing battle.
Right. Against a constantly evolving supernatural landscape.
And that's what keeps it interesting, right?
Yeah.
You never know what they're going to face next.
So, thinking about these two whirlwind stories...
Yeah.
What stands out to you?
Well, in The Time-Traveling Wizard,
I
keep thinking about Horace. Is he just a victim of circumstance?
Yeah, good question.
Or are his actions actually causing more problems?
Right, like he's trying to fix things.
Yeah, but what if he's making things worse?
And what about that mysterious figure with the matching device?
Yeah, that's the big question. Are they the real villain here?
Right.
Their idea of adjustments? That sounds scary.
Yeah, it sounds like they have an agenda.
Right. And maybe Horace is just a pawn in their game.
What if the only way to fix the timeline is to embrace a little bit of temporal chaos?
That's a good point. Sometimes you have to break a few eggs to make an omelet.
Right.
Time travel is messy.
And with our vampire vigilantes, we see heroism in a very different light. They're not your typical heroes.
Right. What does it mean to be a hero when you're inherently seen as a monster?
It's a complex question.
And how long can they keep their secret?
Right. How long can they blend in?
Especially when facing these powerful threats.
Yeah. These threats that challenge their very nature.
And then there's that creature lurking beneath the waves.
I want to know what that is.
Right.
It's like a Chekhov's monster.
Yeah, it's got to come back.
It has to.
And will their unique brand of monstrous heroism be enough?
Yeah. Will it be enough to protect the city?
These flash fiction stories, they really pack a punch.
They do.
Offering glimpses into these worlds where the rules are bent.
Right, the rules of reality, the rules of good and evil.
And heroes come in all shapes and sizes.
And sometimes with fangs.
So we hope this wizarding probe into these tales has sparked your imagination.
I hope so.
Which story left you pondering the most?
I'm still thinking about that creature in the water.
Yeah, me too.
And what kind of adjustments does that time traveler have in mind?
Right. What's their end game?
So many questions.
And what other supernatural secrets could be lurking out there?
Who knows what else is hiding in the shadows?
So we encourage you to, delve deeper
Yeah.
into the world of flash fiction.
There are so many amazing stories out there.
Explore these intriguing ideas further.
And maybe write some of your own.
And thanks for joining us on You Son of a Witch.
Always a pleasure.
Rate and follow for more wild tales.
Keep those stories coming.
All right. See you next time.
See ya.
Bye.